Have you ever wondered why their name just won't leave your mind? No matter how far you run, no matter how much you try to bury it, their name keeps rising back, echoing like a whisper from heaven. And deep down, you're asking, is this just coincidence? Or is God trying to get my attention? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will not only answer that question, but it will change how you see every late-night thought, every sudden memory, every moment their name crashes into your spirit. But first, let me tell you something shocking. God doesn't waste repetition. If a name keeps showing up, it's not random. It's either a warning or a destiny. Which one is the part you must discover? Think about it. You could be scrolling your phone and suddenly you see their name. A conversation in passing, and somehow someone says it. You go to sleep, and in your dreams, their name is still there. Why? Because God knows the one thing you can't ignore is what He keeps putting right in front of you. But here's the twist. Sometimes the name comes back not because they belong in your life, but because there's a spiritual lesson you haven't learned yet, and until you face it, you'll keep hearing it. Let that sink in. God will keep repeating the test until you stop failing it. Could it be that their name keeps showing up, not because they are your destiny, but because you're holding on to something God wants to free you from? Or could it be the opposite? Could it be that their name won't fade because heaven is aligning something bigger than you've dared to imagine? Pause. Ask yourself right now, when their name comes back, what do you feel? Fear? Peace? Longing? Conviction? Because that emotion is the compass. That emotion reveals the assignment. God uses repetition to expose your heart, to show you what's broken, or to confirm what He has chosen. But here's where it gets intense. Sometimes the enemy can hijack repetition. He can plant their name over and over to keep you trapped in confusion. He can twist what was meant to be clarity into an endless cycle of doubt. That's why discernment is everything. Don't just ask, why is this happening? Ask, who is behind it, God or the enemy? Because the same name, repeated, can either be a divine call or a demonic snare. And now, here's the part most people miss. God doesn't bring a name back without purpose. Either He's calling you to intercede for that person, or He's revealing someone tied to your next season, or He's exposing an open door you need to shut. In every case, repetition means revelation, and if you ignore it, you miss the message. So, what does it mean for you? Why does God keep bringing their name back to you? I'll reveal that in a moment, but before I do, pause right here and think. What if this is not about them at all? What if this is about you? About the part of you God is trying to awaken? The part that keeps pretending it doesn't hear His voice? Don't click away. The real answer is coming. But first, let me invite you. If this resonates with your spirit so far, subscribe right now, because every word I share here is designed to pull you deeper into the mysteries God has been whispering to you. And comment one word below that sums up how you feel when their name comes back to you. I want to see it. The truth is, we've only scratched the surface. The deeper reason God keeps repeating their name, it's not what you think. And in the next part, I'll show you how to finally discern the difference between a holy sign and a haunting distraction. You've been asking yourself the same question. Why can't I escape their name? Why does it follow me into my sleep, my thoughts, my quiet moments with God? The truth is, when heaven keeps repeating a message, you're standing at a crossroads. This isn't just about a person. It's about what that person represents in your story. Listen carefully. Sometimes, God keeps bringing their name back because they are a key to your future, not a distraction, not an accident, a key. And keys unlock doors. Their presence in your spirit could mean they are tied to an assignment God wants to release.
It could mean they are a bridge to your next season. But here's the warning. If you mishandle the key, you might lock yourself out of the very destiny you're supposed to walk into. Think about Joseph. When Pharaoh's name called for him, it wasn't just about a man, it was about a nation. When David heard Goliath's name, it wasn't just about an enemy, it was about his throne. A name carries a mission, and every time you hear theirs, God is asking, will you respond with wisdom, or will you miss the meaning? But let me pull back the curtain. Not every repeated name is destiny. Sometimes it's a test. God keeps sending that name because He's showing you the chains you still haven't broken, the pain you haven't released, the soul tie you haven't cut. And until you confront it, you'll stay stuck in the cycle. The name won't disappear until the wound does. So how do you know which one it is? Here's the pattern. If the name brings peace, clarity, and a stirring toward God, it's confirmation. But if it brings torment, confusion, and pulls you away from His presence, it's corruption. God confirms with light. The enemy distracts with shadows. Which one is whispering to you? Let me press this deeper. Sometimes the name is not about that person at all. It's about your calling. God keeps repeating it because your assignment is bigger than your feelings. Maybe you're supposed to pray for them. Maybe you're supposed to forgive them. Maybe their story is tied to your testimony. But in every case, the repetition is a mirror. God is showing you something about yourself. And here's where it gets urgent. Ignoring it doesn't make it fade. Running from it doesn't make it stop. God is patient, but He is also persistent. He will keep calling, keep reminding, keep bringing it back until you stop scrolling past His voice and finally listen. This is your moment. Don't delay. So what's the conclusion? Why does God keep bringing their name back to you? Because there is unfinished business, a lesson, a purpose, a destiny, something heaven refuses to let you miss. That name is not an accident, it is an assignment. Now, the decision rests with you. Will you ignore the repetition, or will you lean in and ask God to reveal the full truth? This is your call to act. Pray, seek, listen, and don't silence the whisper. Before you leave this video, I want you to take one action. Comment one word right now, the word that resonates most with what you feel hearing their name. Is it hope? Fear? Love? Pain? Write it below, because that word could be the first step to clarity. And if this word has spoken to your spirit, subscribe now. Join this journey with me, because there are more prophetic revelations waiting that you cannot afford to miss. The name keeps coming back for a reason. Don't let the reason pass you by.